Space. Stars, nebulas, black holes, and neutron stars by Nico. Stars are giant balls of plasma that are formed from clouds of gas in space and are powered by nuclear fusion by turning hydrogen to helium by fusing them together in the core. It gets over 1,000,000 degrees Celsius. Blue supergiants shine from 10,000 to 100,000 times as bright as the sun. Red dwarf is a small, relatively cool star that glows with a dim reddish light. Red dwarfs range in amount of matter from 1/12 to 1/2 the mass of the sun. A white dwarf is a kind of star that has run out of fuel. A typical white dwarf has 60% as much mass as a medium-sized star, such as the sun, but is no larger than a small planet such as Earth, so its density is about 18 tons per cubic inch, 1 metric ton per cubic centimeter. Supernova is an exploding star that can become billions of times as bright as the sun, gradually fading from view. As bright as the supernova may outshine the entire galaxy, the explosion throws a large cloud of gas into space, speeds up 10% the speed of light, which is 182 miles, 299 kilometers per second. The mass of the expelled material may exceed 10 times the sun mass. Most supernovae reach their peak brightness in 3 weeks and shine intensely for several months. Neutron star is the smallest and densest type of star known. Neutron stars measure only about 12 miles, 20 kilometers across, but have a mass between 1.4 and 3 times that of the sun. A neutron star can form when a very large star, roughly 8 to 11 times the mass of the sun, or larger, runs out of fuel to burn. The star's intense gravity causes it to collapse. Gravity squeeze together the protons, electrons, and the core of the star. These protons and electrons combine to form neutrons. Neutrons may in turn break down to elementary particles called quark. The star explodes in a supernova, leaving behind a spinning core called a neutron star. Black holes are a region of space whose gravitational forces are so strong that nothing can escape from it. A black hole is invisible because it even traps light. The fundamental description of black holes are based on the equation of the theory general relativity, developed by the German-born physicist Albert Einstein. According to general relativity, a black hole can form when a massive star runs out of nuclear fuel and is crushed by its own gravitational force. While a star burns fuel, it creates an outward push that counters the inward force of gravity. Where no fuel remains, the star can no longer support its own weight. As a result, the core of the star collapses. If the mass of the core is 3 or more solar masses, the core collapses into a singularity in a fraction of a second. Nebula is a cloud of dust particles and gases in space. The term nebula comes from the Latin word for cloud. Early astronomers also used the term distant galaxies outside of Earth's galaxy, the Milky Way. Such galaxies, called the extragalactic nebulae, looked like hazy patches of light among the stars, but modern telescopes showed that extragalactic nebulae were actually systems of stars similar to the Milky Way. The End by Nico. Most stuff came from World Book Online.